My name is Matt of The Real Matt Jones. I play guitar and sing
Okay.
and tell terrible
How
jokes.
did you begin playing professionally?
I was in a rock band called Boss Ordinance. We started when we were in high school and we released some records and stuff. And then that kind of fizzled out around 2005, and I got a full-time job here in Albuquerque, and I was recording some other stuff with the guy out in Texas. And at the end of that year that I was working a full-time job, I said, well, I have 10 songs. I'm just going to release this CD and kind of see what happens. And put it out in May of 2005, and then a couple months later I said, my show isn't selling enough of these things that I can actually quit and do this full-time. So in July of 2005, I quit my full-time job and doing music full-time since then.
Alright, cool. How long have you been playing?
I started when I was 13. I remember we had cable off and on in my house when I was growing up, and I remember there was this TV channel called The Box. But I used to get in fuzzy on my parents' TV. I remember I was 13 years old and I saw the music video for Nirvana. It was heart-shaped box is what it was. And I just thought the video was so weird, but I loved the sound, the stuff that was going on there. I want to do that. And so, yeah, that was kind of like the defining moment.
If you had to pick two genres, where would your music fit in?
Gosh, yeah, that's such a difficult thing to quantify. I say songwriter first because I focus a lot on melody and a lot on lyrics. And so I say just the songwriting genre, and then I just say pop because since I'm like a melodic person, that typically gets lumped into that category a little bit more. So songwriting pop, it's terrible. That's not going to get me any good reviews.
Do you write most or all of your music?
Yes. I've done some co-writing recently, and so that's been a lot of fun because I've just gotten, I've been challenged in that regard, where it's like I wouldn't normally think to make those decisions, and so that's cool. And then, but I'm a music fan as well, so I love covering music, so I would do stuff from my movies.
What are a lot of your songs about?
Wow. Yeah, like, I don't want to go with the cliche answer of saying it's like, oh, they're about my life experiences, and some of them are, obviously, you write what you know. I kind of try to gather a bunch of information from different people. I had somebody who's a friend, they were diagnosed with cancer a couple years ago, and it's been a big struggle for them, and when you travel a lot, you talk to different people and kind of see where they are in different parts of the country, different areas, walks of life. I wrote a song about that called Hill to Climb, where it's basically like everybody's got to struggle. And so I'm kind of trying to just write anything that is genuinely going to affect people. And the same thing goes with fun too, because I have some songs that are really stupid, but I'm like, hey, I want people to have fun when they're listening to this.
How has your music evolved since you first began?
Well, I've gotten better at my Instagram. Now, you're kind of I think you're a product of what you're listening to at the time, a lot of it, and you're a product of the influences like the other musicians and songwriters that are around you. So as you play out more, you play with better musicians, you meet better musicians and producers and stuff like that. And so I've just learned to recognize subtleties in music a lot more, like dynamics and what makes this a little more powerful, what makes this a little bit more subdued. And how that plays on the way that we perceive music. So I think that's probably been the biggest thing. And then just lyrically, you mature a lot more as you get older because you've gone through life and you kind of been through the ringer a little bit more, so you have more to write about.
What were some of the greatest challenges you faced?
Some of the greatest, I think just trying to deal with the changing music industry.
Okay.
Because I started touring right at the big marquee moment of MySpace, and I just remember those were being the glory days when you have 50,000 friends that you could go promote stuff to, and then all of a sudden when that became uncool, then it was like you had to make a transition to websites and Facebook and stuff, and it was a lot harder to do a push strategy. So that's been difficult, and then just trying to navigate through bigger deals and stuff like that. I have a publishing deal that I get money to write songs for a publisher. And so even navigating through that, you know, where you're going through months and months and months of a contract, trying to figure out like, okay, what is this and what does this mean, and hiring lawyers and things like that. And it's not intuitive to a lot of us musicians to just be like, oh yeah, like I know what all this legal jargon means and stuff like that. So,
Who are some people you admire musically?
I love Alex Deason from Damwells. He's just another songwriter. He's a couple years my senior, but has just been through the fire as far as like big time music industry stuff, but you know, has persevered and just continues to write incredible lyrics, great music. Are you familiar with the Damwells?
Not at all.
That's okay. Yeah. So he's definitely one of them. I love Ben Gibbard from Death Cab for Cutie and Postal Service. If you go a little bit further back, you know, once again, just great songwriter, really interesting way of stating things.
What is one of your favorite performance stories?
It's so funny to mention that because you never know when you're going into a scenario like what the concert is going to be like.
Yeah.
I remember when I was in my old rock band, we got a chance to play alongside Rod Stewart, and you know, you're just thinking it's like this is the brass ring. This is like the coolest thing that we can possibly do. And then when we were there, it's like, oh, that was the side stage. Oh, it was a rainy day. Oh, maybe Rod Stewart isn't as popular as we thought he was. You know what I'm saying? And so, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was amazing, and I will always remember that day. But, you know, we're standing on the side stage, and it was raining, and like, you know, our bass player's like 6-way that he had his amp plugged into and all that stuff blew up in the middle of the set, and so we're just like, welcome to the big time, boys.
What are some good things about the Albuquerque or New Mexico music scene?
I always say that for me is that there are only really 2 other guys that I know in town that are really doing the kind of genre that like my particular band is doing.
Yeah.
So there's not as much competition there. No, but what's cool about it too is it's unique in a way is that I think it's similar to, you know, like a lot of the people that you see living in Albuquerque, where we're totally a melting pot.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I know bands in other genres, and I'm friendly with them. And you know, there's kind of I'd like to see this circle expand a little bit more, but I have about 15 bands that I'm friendly with that I call. I'm like, hey guys, can you play here? I'll play here. Let's trade this out. So it feels very friendly amongst like that group of people. I'd always love to see that grow, but as of right now, I think that's what I like about it a lot. So.
Okay. What are some bad things?
I think that bands need to recognize that we're in this together, and that if there are other good bands in town, you shouldn't be mad at them, you should be happy for them, because they're going to encourage other people to go out and see live music.
Yeah.
So if people in the city get a mindset of going out to see live music, that's good for everybody, because you're breeding a culture that's doing that. So I think if bands can learn to recognize
Are there
that.
any people who've been great supporters for the Real Matt Jones, or just you in general?
Oh, you mean like fans or management?
Fans, influences, management, anyone?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I go back and listen to some recordings when I first started playing guitar and writing songs, and I'm like, how did I ever convince myself to keep going? You know, just have a lot of people like Michael Davenport, you know, my manager, has been like key in just supporting what I'm doing, and some other people around town like Larry Mitchell lives up. Actually, he's a producer. He used to live up in Los Angeles. He lives here in Albuquerque. And John Kurtzweg. They've been people who have like been in the industry for a while, and definitely like given me advice along the way. Marsh from the band Solar. He's actually like a solo project there. He's been pretty integral in giving me some info. And then just tons of people surrounding who always come out to shows and stuff like that. You can't